crushed glass Christmas trees are a really, really hot seller. I start selling these in October, and at most markets, I completely sell out. They're really, really hot sellers. So if you want to make a little extra money, maybe sell these on Facebook, you could sell them at markets, you can sell them to neighbors. They're really, really easy. You can recycle materials like fence boards, wine bottles, beer bottles, get help drinking them. You don't have to drink all of it yourself, just get some help drinking the wine and the beer. Cut your board to length and sand it smooth, and then just add a layer of Mod Podge or polyacrylic just to seal the wood. And then I made a glass crusher using a piece of PVC pipe, and I'll have a link in the description on how I made that. And then once I crushed the glass, I used my antique colander to sift out all the little tiny fine dust particles. So when I sift it, I'm still left with, semi-small pieces. Like here down at the bottom. These are the smaller pieces that don't go through, they don't fit through the sifter, the holes in the sifter. So I'm just going to kind of shake my bowl, and let's do this one first. So on this one, I'm going to use larger pieces, kind of sift through the top and get the larger pieces. That's going to be so pretty. That one's still got a little piece of label on it, so I'm going to toss it. And that is pretty much, I think, all of the bigger pieces that I'm going to get out of that bucket. And so these I'm going to save for another tree that's going to be using all smaller pieces. Okay. And so then I'm going to take my stick and just kind of push. So the stick is my guide, and I'm just going to push the glass where I want it. Like that. And see, we do have some thin areas, but I don't want that piece. You'll leave room at the top for a star. And we've got some thin areas, so I need a little bit more glass on that one. It's a little thick up there, but that's okay. So I'm going to pick through what's in this bucket and get some of the bigger pieces. And I do have some more clear glass, but I'm just going to pick through here, just like that, just to fill in a little bit. All right. Like that. Okay. Maybe right there. All right. That's probably good. Okay. All right, I have mixed up 40 milliliters of Let's Resin casting resin. So this is perfect for the Christmas trees. And 40 milliliters is perfect. It is the perfect amount. All right. All right, so now I am going to drizzle with my popsicle stick, and I'm going to start at my edges first because I want to make sure that I cover the whole tree. So I tend to start at the same spot, and then that way I know that I've gotten the whole tree. Look at the difference. Look at the difference in not having all that fine dust in there from when you crush. Now, if you're nipping your glass with nippers like Linda Berman does, you're not going to have that problem with the fine, the fine dust. But if you crush it like I do, you're going to have an issue. Potentially. Maybe not. Not always. But you don't get that cloudiness. You don't get that, um, you know, the glass just kind of muddying, and it looks just, I don't know, just not good, not professional. Now, it does tend to disappear. The white glass, the clear glass does tend to disappear. I do have some of the, the more really light blue kind of sea glass colored blue in here mixed in. So if you want, what I like to do is take some of the finer bits, not the dust that we've sifted out, but I like to take the smaller bits and kind of sprinkle that on the top, just a little bit. So we're dropping it on top of the wet resin, and that is serving a couple of purposes. We are covering gaps, and then we're also kind of adding a top coat of glass that sort of brings that color back. Well, not color, but it's clear, but it's still, it adds another layer, a little bit more texture and a little bit more depth. Okay. And then we're going to let that sit. Now, I could go in with some ornaments now. So why don't we do that? And I have my little magic jar of beads. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I have some really tiny, I'll show you in a minute. I don't know if this will work, but I have the little seed beads in here, and I don't know if they'll come through. They might. Oh yeah. So let me I'll show you in just a minute. Let me finish sifting this. Oh, I just spilled a whole bunch on the floor. Okay, so these are the little tiny seed beads that were in a bead mix that I got, and this is what I want to use on this tree. So I want to do this while the resin is on there and it's still, you know, liquidy. And I'm only going to put, well, I probably could just use all of it. And it looks like sprinkles, ice cream sprinkles. Oh yeah, that's so pretty. It's like confetti. Confetti for the Christmas tree. But you know how, I don't know, growing up, we always had colored lights on our tree when I was small. And then as an adult, I didn't think that was, I don't know, aesthetic or whatever. But look how pretty. And then we're just going to let that sit. So this is not a fast cure resin. It is going to take, oh, I don't know, 24 hours. And all that I will get off. And then we'll come back and put a trunk and a star. And actually, I could go ahead and do that now. I do have a tiny little bit of resin left in my cup. So I'm going to go ahead and put a star and a trunk. Oh man, this is a big chunky piece. It's too big. I have all these great pieces of driftwood. I need to make something out of this. It's too big for this tree, but maybe this one. And then that way, while it's still a little pliable, I can kind of push my stick up in there. Maybe we'll just put a little bit of resin along the bottom there. And then fix my glass. There we go. And I need a star. I have this little missing a leg, so I'm not going to use him. But I've been making some stars and some turtles. Should I put a turtle? How cute would that be? But it's not really an audible tree, so strike that. Oops. There we go. And this is a turtle. Turtle. This isn't a turtle. This is starfish that I made from air dry clay a while back. And I'm going to attach it right there. And that will be perfect. Okay. Don't want to get resin on the wood because the resin will darken my driftwood. So, all right. Now we're just going to let that sit.
I'm going to call this the ice cream sprinkle tree. I absolutely love the way it turned out. It's really, really simple. I'll sell this at my upcoming art show this weekend and probably make another one, maybe with some more beads. Bye, guys.